Ah, the best Leica cameras. Expensive, yes, but there's something undeniably and classically cool about that red dot and the sleek, perfectly engineered cameras that wear it. The brand has earned and retained its cachet among serious photographers for decades. In this video, we're diving into the top 8 best Leica cameras you can buy. Right now, from compact point-and-shoots to powerful full-frame beasts, we'll break down the top models, who they're best for, and what makes each one worth the investment. So if you've ever dreamed of capturing that classic Leica look, or just want the best gear for street, travel, or portrait photography, you're in the right place. Number 8. Leica SL2-S. Like the look of the Leica SL2 but fancy more of an all-rounder and slightly more affordable? Step forward the SL2-S. Unsurprisingly, as part of the L-mount alliance, this is another model, which shares a lot in common with the Panasonic offering, the S1. With its 24.6 MP sensor, it's pitched as more of a video-photo hybrid and can also achieve other useful specifications such as up to 25 FPS shooting. The SL2-S uses the same body design as the SL2, so again, this is a bulky and chunky affair, which some will love and others will loathe. In our review, we were particularly impressed with the stunning viewfinder, while the screen is impressively responsive. To touch, it's a bit of a shame it's fixed though, especially if you do want to use the camera for video work. We found that the SL2-S's autofocus was decent, though we probably wouldn't select this camera as the best option for sports and action photography. We'd look to other brands, but it's a good all-rounder for those who like to shoot a bit of everything. Image quality is great, but we found that the best results are seen when shooting in RAW. Again, you might want to question whether you'd be better off with the Panasonic S1 if this kind of model appeals to you, but that little red dot can be extremely tempting. Number 7. Leica Q2. Boasting a range of features, including a super high-resolution 47.3 megapixel full-frame sensor, the Q2 may be a slightly niche choice thanks to its fixed 28mm f1.7 lens, but the quality of the outputted images is simply superb. We're also in love with the design, which takes the classic rangefinder approach, with an electronic viewfinder placed in the corner of the body. The upside here is that it's not a rangefinder, so you don't have to worry about fiddling around with manual focusing if you'd rather just let the camera get on with it. The Q2 would make for a fantastic travel, street, and everyday camera. Despite its fixed lens, that high-resolution sensor means you get a very usable digital zooming options. It's stylish, discreet, and produces knockout imagery. Number 6. Leica SL2. Released under the umbrella of the L-mount alliance between Leica, Panasonic, and Sigma, the SL2 has a lot of similarities with the Panasonic S1R. As such, you get a high-resolution 47.3 megapixel full-frame sensor and a swathe of other useful specifications, including up to 20 FPS, shooting via the electronic shutter, a superb viewfinder, and 5-axis in-body image stabilization. This is a big and chunky mirrorless camera that feels like a solid workhorse. In our review of the SL2, we noted that it was bulkier and heavier than many of its mirrorless rivals, being more akin to a pro-level DSLR in design. That might be a good thing if you're looking for something that can withstand some heavy abuse, while others might find it too cumbersome. We were generally impressed by the SL2's autofocus performance, while image quality we found to be phenomenal. There's a lot to like about the SL2, but if you're short on budget, it's worth considering whether the Panasonic S1R is the wiser investment. Number 5. Leica D-Lux 8. The D-Lux 8 employs a smaller 4/3 type sensor with a clever multi-aspect ratio design joined by a 24 to 75mm equivalent zoom with a bright f1.7 to 2.8 aperture. It has traditional photographer-friendly controls for the main exposure settings and a corner-mounted viewfinder in a flat-bodied rangefinder-style design, which make it a joyous thing to use. This camera utilizes its 20MP 4/3 sensor in a unique way. It never uses the entire sensor area to create images, but instead crops in to offer a range of aspect ratios with the same diagonal angle of view. The zoom lens provides a good level of compositional flexibility, and our reviewer really appreciated changing aspect ratios via a switch on the lens. It's great to see an improved viewfinder too, which fixes one of our biggest gripes with the LX102 D-Lux 7. Number 4. Leica M11 Monochrom. Leica may have seemed bonkers at first when it announced it would be producing expensive versions of its digital cameras with no color filter at all, restricting them to producing black and white imagery. However, the concept has proven popular with a certain type of shooter, and the Leica M11 Monochrom is the best example yet. Those willing and able to drop $9,495, £8,300 on a monochrome-only camera will be pleased to know that this one is a triumph. Ultimately, a thing like this lives or dies on its image quality, and the superb 60.4 MP resolution produced by the Leica M11 Monochrom is knockout, drop-dead gorgeous. Like the Q3 and M11 Classic, the resolution can be dropped down if you don't need all those pixels, though Leica has incorporated 256 gigabytes of internal storage to help matters. The camera can shoot up to ISO 200,000, and its performance even at higher settings is commendable. An advantage of black and white is that image noise is more likely to look like stylish film grain, such as the case here. Number 3. Leica SL3. Powerful enough to stand toe-to-toe with the biggest and best full-frame cameras. Good news, since it's more expensive than any of them. The Leica SL3 packs in the same 60MP sensor with phase detect autofocus as the Leica Q3. This means it's got that same brilliant blend of high speed and outstanding image quality. Its mirrorless body is built like a tank, shaped like an SLR, and rated to IP54. For its weatherproofing and water protection, it'll handle spray but not submergence. Its various upgrades and features make the SL3 a more serious player in the pro mirrorless market than its predecessors in the SL series ever were. Yes, the Sony A7RV can do all the same stuff for less money, but the SL3 is markedly more pleasant to use. The Nikon Z9 may be better for action, but there's a certain prestige in turning up to a job holding a Leica. The L-mount lens selection is excellent now, and given that the SL3 can also use M-mount and legacy R-mount Leica lenses, you'll never lack quality glass. Number 2. Leica Q3 43. The original Leica Q3, which like its predecessors, sported a 28mm f1.7 lens, was extremely impressive. We considered it the best compact camera around. Now the firm has decided to mix things up with this version that sports a brand new 43mm f2 lens, the Leica Q3 43. Don't be perturbed by that odd-sounding 43mm focal length. Why not something more familiar, like 35mm or 50mm? The idea is that 43mm is equal to the diagonal of the sensor, and lenses of this ilk bring a particularly natural-looking perspective to images. Many photographers, including our own, prefer lenses in the 40 to 45mm region to either 35mm or 50mm. Shutter speeds are available from 120 sec to 1/2000 sec using the in-lens mechanical shutter, extending to 1/160000 SEC with the electronic shutter. For long exposures, you get a handy T mode, which is far more convenient than the usual bulb option. One press of the button starts the exposure, and a second ends it. Leica also exploits the 60-megapixel sensor to offer a genuinely useful digital zoom that crops into the image to match familiar focal lengths. The image area is indicated by a frame line in the viewfinder, with the camera saving both a cropped JPEG and full-size RAW file, alongside with the crop embedded into its metadata. You get 60mm, 75mm, 90mm, 120mm, and 150mm. Options giving 31 megapixels, 20 megapixels, 14 megapixels, 8 megapixels, and 5 megapixels files, respectively. Number 1. Leica M11. For lovers of minimalism in camera design, the Leica M series is a classic, the latest digital iteration of a series that harks back all the way to 1950. 5 brings a number of innovations in a sleek and traditional body. It has a 60-megapixel sensor, great, but which can eat up a lot of processing power. To speed things up a little, you can output RAW files at 36 or 18 megapixels instead, allowing you to choose the best resolution for a situation. We found in our review that, like other M-series cameras before it, the M11 uses an ultra-robust design which is simply lovely to look at, as well as to use. Using a rangefinder takes a bit of getting used to. Manual focusing via the viewfinder doesn't always yield perfect results, particularly if you're used to shooting with more modern techniques. But it's special when you nail it. We found that the M11 produced superb images, and if you really do want the best of the best, and have the budget to go with it, this camera surely sits at the top of many a photographer's wish list. Two notable stablemates from the M11 lineup are the recent September 2024 Leica M11D with a large ISO dial replacing the rear LCD screen, and the Leica M11P, the firm's first camera with content credentials hardware added. So, that wraps up our list of the best Leica cameras. If this video was useful to you, kindly click the thumbs up button. Which one are you going to pick? Describe your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an updates. Everyone who had come this far, I'm hoping to see you in the next video.